The number one vintage coin in the world, still to this day, is the Morgan Dollar program. Case in point, 2021, number one coin, Morgan and Peace. 2023, number one coin, Morgan and Peace. We're going to do it again in 2024, Morgan and Peace. We love our Morgan and Peace dollars, our vintage jumbo silver dollars. But there's one mint that stands out on top of all of them that were ever made. And tonight we have it. And we have actually a sleeper, a big time sleeper, and we'll talk about it.
That mint would be the Carson City, everybody, the Carson City Mint. Carson City Mint made just such a few years of coins over the entire series. 1878 through 1921 was the entire Morgan Dollar run. But Carson City only made 13 different coins. They started first year of issue in 1878 with Philadelphia and San Francisco, but they only made it for 13 years. They ran through 85 and then in 89 to 93, and that was it. Small facility, so the mintage figures were very, very small, and that is why they are so coveted and sought after.
Well, again, the story of the Morgan Dollar really is the name George T. Morgan, the designer of the Morgan Dollar. It was nicknamed after him. The whole thing started with the fact that for the first 75 years of the U.S. being a country with a mint, they opened their doors in 1793, we were spotty at best with silver dollars. I mean, many years. And there's less than half of the years we were in existence, we had enough silver to make a silver dollar that year. The stories of George Washington melting a silverware and all that fun stuff is true. The half dime, our first half dime, came from that chapter in our history. But when they found gold out west, we had people moving that way. And we had some people that just hit the Rocky Mountains and said, nah, I'm going to stay here for a while. And when they did that, they did what? Well, they were digging rock. Guys like to play with tools, so they were digging around doing their thing. And what happens? We find the largest silver find ever in the United States, which is the Comstock lode. Now what do we do that we have all this silver? Brilliant idea. Let's make that silver dollar everybody else in the world has. So let's petition the government. They pass your act.
The Bland Allison Act.
And it should be
right?
the Crazy Allison Act, not the Bland Allison Act. And what happens? Let's make a new silver dollar. As I referenced starting this little area of conversation, the designer's name was Morgan, George T. Morgan. There we go. But inside of that, it's all about how many coins were made, how many years they were out there, and just how special some of these really are.
Now, we always talk about first and last in coin collecting and that they are definitely popular. People kind of gravitate towards those. But this one here, the 1879, is actually the second year of issue for the Carson City, because I referenced before, it started in 1878. But there are some numbers to back up the fact that it's actually the one you want to collect.
Oh, right? Absolutely.
In 1879, of course, the rarest mintage of the year, 14.8 million coins made out of Philadelphia, 9.1 million out of San Francisco, 2.8 were made out of New Orleans this year. 1879 was the first year of issue for New Orleans. But for Carson City, you're looking at only 756,000 coins made. So lowest mintage of the year.
Big time lowest mintage by the year. But when you look at that number, then what does it mean globally? Again, the second year of issue on this brand new big silver dollar, right? Well, if you look at the first year, it just kind of opens your eyes on a number of different levels. The 1878 Carson City, the one we all want to have, and we can't keep that one in stock. 2.2 million coins compared to 756,000. So we're talking a third less, 2/3 less, excuse me, on this particular scenario. But when now, and that's all chapter one information, right? The red book, the guidebooks, they've been out there for half a century and we use them as a gauge. But those of you that have been to coin shows and or understand the population reports by NGC and PCGS know that in the last 38, 40 years, we have more information available to us. And that is, you can look at the guides and they will tell you every coin they've seen of that type. So if you look at the 1879, like we're looking at here, we look at the Carson City Mint, we're looking at here. They'll have every coin separated by grades. But when you sum them up, it tells you how many coins they have seen in almost 40 years, and that number is staggering.
That number, if you add them all up for 1879, the Carson City line, you're looking at 7,399. Just under 7,400 coins known, and that's on NGC's report as of today.
The other part of that, though, is the reports will tell you different things. It's what you do see and like here what you don't see. The 1878 population is almost 33,000. Anybody tell me why the coins sell for the same price? We just talked about how one of them has 33,000 known NGC certified, which means compared to the 84cc, which is over 100,000. So it tells you the 8078's a great coin. First year of issue story locks it in. But then you go to the next year and they only see 7,400. So again, when you start looking at and when you start comparing them, it tells you I'm not finding this coin. So we know that. It's published. We know that. When we go to a show, we find very few 79cc's. We find very few 89cc's. We don't find any 92s and very few 93s. There are 4 we never find. And the population reports back that up. But then again, my last statement. How come they sell for the same price?
We have no answers for that. It's a conundrum.
So again, we're always looking for the better value, and this one is, no questions, a much better value on a much rarer, more difficult, tougher, whatever other adjective you want to throw against it. It's just special.
Tonight, $399.95 for this special Carson City Morgan silver dollar made in the year 1879. Our competition does have this, and they want about $1,500 for it, a little north of $1,500 or over $1,100 less. Just give us a call or visit us online via the web. That's avccoins.com. Just enter 905, excuse me, 10813 into the search bar. Or you can scan that QR code right on your screen and bring you right to the page. It's so simple and easy. Once you do it once, you get the hang of it. You know, my mom can do it.
So here's a question for you, Allie.
It's very
again, we have some people help us with all of the notes on the show, and that's updating the population reports, updating the retail comparisons of our competition to make sure we're current with the information we talk about when we're here in the evenings doing our such. Were you the only one, or was I the only one, that when I saw 1575, I thought it might be a typo? I thought it might be 575 as our competition. So I went online, found them. It's like, nope,
it's actually accurate.
It was actually $1,500.
$1,575.
So I was so you trusted them and I didn't, and I lost. But again, even at 600 to 400, that's a huge savings. Guys, 30-second clock, please. We're down to our single digits. We referenced this a couple of times already tonight, and we're going to reference it again. When the phones get busy, some of this stuff is so popular, and we have so few of them. We'd love to have you join us at avccoins.com, right? And if you're using it as an order service, we're going to let you know when these coins are selling out. So that way, if you have something in your shopping cart, you can push it through. When you lock it and they give you an order number online, it means one of your coins is reserved. And then if Allie, Alex can talk you into something else later, and we're going to try really hard, you can call us back, find the coin, find the order, I should say, and add to that order, etc.